Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jeremy Sadowski, and I'm here to bring you exciting Maricosta Mustang varsity football. Today, the Mustangs start off the 2019 Bay League season at Palos Verdes. Of course, the Palos Verdes Sea Kings do not have lights at their stadium, so it is a day game, a clear advantage for the Sea Kings since the Mustangs play the rest of their schedule at night. The Palos Verdes Sea Kings, of course, are led by former Maricosta football player and Maricosta football coach Guy Gardner. Of course, Guy Gardner was a coach when I played at Maricosta in the late 80s, and he was also a member of the coaching staff on Maricosta's first two championships in 1993 and 1997. Since Guy Gardner took over at Palos Verdes, the Sea Kings have absolutely dominated the Bay League, winning the last 8 straight Bay League championships, and Maricosta during that time has only defeated Palos Verdes once in 2016, and that earned them, as well as Redondo, a co-Bay League championship in 2016. In addition to dominating the Bay League during that stretch, the Palos Verdes Sea Kings also have won 2 CIF championships in 2012 and 2014, as well as a finals appearance in 2015. So this is a huge game for the Maricosta Mustangs to start Bay League action here in 2019. If the Mustangs want to become Bay League champions, they are definitely going to have to take down the Sea Kings. The Mustangs and the Sea Kings both come in to this contest with 3-2 records, and Guy Gardner, like Don Morrow, both believe in scheduling a very tough non-league schedule to get the team ready for Bay League action and playoff action. The Sea Kings have wins over Mission Hills, Moore Park, and Madison from San Diego, with losses versus Corona Del Mar from Newport Beach and Culver City in a shootout 55-52. The Mustangs come into this contest on a 3-game winning streak with victories over Mayfair, El Segundo, and West Torrance, after suffering losses versus Paramount, who is also from Division 4, the same division as Palos Verdes, and St. Francis from Division 3. And the captains are getting ready to meet at midfield for the Sea Kings. Number 52, Justin Booth. Number 66, Tusi Adams. Number 9, Anthony Habib. And number 7, Julian Alisi. For the Mustangs, number 2, Jackson Fisher. Number 30, David Bogdanovitz. Number 55, Rashad Lawrence. And number 63, Hank Dunlap. Again, this is a huge game for the Mustangs. Like I mentioned before, the Palos Verdes Sea Kings have absolutely dominated the Bay League since Guy Gardner took over in 2009, starting winning Bay League championships in 2011, and they have not stopped since then. Looks like the Mustangs have won the toss and will defer to the second half. Mustangs will defend the west end zone, and the Palos Verdes Sea Kings will receive to start today's contest. Captains wish each other good luck. And we are getting ready for action here at Palos Verdes on a warm afternoon here in the fall, as the Mustangs are getting ready, getting pumped up for some Bay League action. And here come your Maricosta Mustangs. Of course, it is homecoming here at Palos Verdes, so the Sea Kings are pumped up too, and we are ready for some Bay League action here to start off the 2019 Bay League season. Thomas Southey is set to kick off for the Mustangs. And this game is underway with a high end-over-ender that is going to be taken about the 5-yard line by Alisi, and he's going to be taken down. The ball is free. It appears that the Mustangs have recovered. That's Jaden McDonald with the recovery. E-I-E-I-O, as the Mustangs start off fast here with a turnover on the first play. First down, Mustangs at about the Palos Verdes 27-yard line. Handoff goes up the middle to Cage Gagan for the Mustangs. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, actually picked up a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 for the Mustangs. Offset right power pistol eye. Again, the handoff goes to Gagan, and this time he's stopped in the backfield by Tolley from Palos Verdes, setting up a 3rd down and about 12 yards to go. 4 receiver set. Whitney back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle, and he's got a man. That's number 32, the sophomore, Cale Marsh, on the reception. Cale's had a huge season so far this year. 4 receiver set for the Mustangs. Whitney back to pass again. He's going deep down the right-hand side and incomplete, intended for Jackson Fisher. It's going to bring up a 2nd down for the Mustangs. Man in motion. Whitney fakes the handoff. He's going again to the right, and that time it was intended for Danny Millay. Penalty flags on the play. Let's see what the call is going to be. It's going to be pass interference against Millay. They're calling him for a push-off there. That will back up the Mustang offense here. Trips left shotgun. Single back for the Mustangs. Whitney back to pass. He's going to throw it to his left and complete it. Actually, they are calling it a completion, and then the ground caused the fumble. Tofigi was able to make the catch at about the 11-yard line, and then he fumbled it, but they ruled the ground caused the fumble. 4 receiver set for the Mustangs. Whitney in shotgun. He's going to throw it to his left, and that is incomplete. Intended for Thomas Southey over the middle near the end zone. So that will bring up a 4th down for the Mustangs. 28-yard field goal attempt for Thomas Southey. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up high, straight, and it is good. So the Mustangs take an early 3-0 lead over the Palos Verdes Sea Kings off of that turnover to start the game. Mustang offense did stall there, as the Sea Kings were able to hold the Mustangs to just 3 points, as Thomas Southey gets ready to kick off once again for the Mustangs. Again, it's a high end-over-ender, and this time it's going to go into the end zone. However, the official is letting them return the ball, which you cannot return a ball that goes into the end zone in high school football, as he gets it past the 20 to about the 21-yard line. So the officials missed that call on that play, and it should have been a touchback. Palos Verdes in a pistol eye formation. Quarterback back to pass and completes it out to his left to number 14, Rahman. Bringing up a 2nd and 5 situation. Pistol eye formation for Palos Verdes, and that ball is complete again to the right this time to Rahman. That will give the Sea Kings a 1st down here on their 2nd drive of the day. Pistol eye formation. The handoff goes to number 21, Wilson, trying to get around the left-hand side. There is a holding on the play by the Sea Kings. That will push them back as we see Coach Ray Lee signaling in the defensive call for the Mustangs. Jelson hands the ball off, this time to Wilson. He goes around the right end and gets a big gain past the 40 to about the 44-yard line of the Sea Kings. Huge gain there by Palos Verdes. Setting up a second and about 4 yards. Pistol eye formation, the ball is dropped by Jelson, and he's going to be taken down for a sack by number 21, Zane Thormasgaard. Zane has had a big season so far on defense with several sacks, including a recovery in the end zone of a fumble versus Mayfair. Man in motion, offset pistol eye formation, and this time Jelson takes it himself around the left end, and he is going to be stopped by McDonald. Of course, Jaden McDonald had that fumble recovery on the opening kickoff of this contest. That will set up about a 4th and 3 situation here for Palos Verdes on their second drive of the game. Pistol formation, and it looks like the Mustangs jumped on that play. Indeed they did, so that will give the Sea Kings a first down. Offset right, pistol eye formation. The handoff goes to Wilson, and he is stopped in the backfield by Jackson Fisher and Rashad Lawrence on the play. Actually, they're saying he got back to the line of scrimmage. I thought he was a little bit shy of it. Offset left, pistol eye formation. Jelson fakes the handoff. He's going to take it himself after being forced out of the pocket. Is able to gain a couple yards on the play, setting up a 3rd and 7 situation for the Sea Kings here on the second drive of the contest. Offset left, pistol eye formation. Jelson's going to roll to his left, throw to his left, and it is incomplete. Good coverage by the Mustang secondary on that play. That will bring up a 4th down situation for Palos Verdes. The offense remains out on the field. Like the Mustangs, the Sea Kings like to come out in an offensive formation and shift into a punt formation to eliminate possible returns, and that works perfectly for the Sea Kings as the ball is downed at the Mustang 11-yard line, where the Mustangs will take over with 3:07 to go in the first quarter. Man in motion, and the ball goes to the man in motion. That's Jackson Fisher. Good for a couple yards on the play. 2nd and about 7 to go for the Mustangs. Trips right shotgun. Whitney rolls to his right, throws to his right, and completes it to number 11, Kian Tofigi. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 1 for the Mustangs. Trips left, shotgun, single back for Maricosta. Whitney back to pass. He's going to throw it out to his left and complete it to a wide open Kian Tofigi, who gets pushed out of bounds into Palos Verdes territory. Big gain for the Mustangs. Kian Tofigi was wide open as he gets it to just to the other side of the 50-yard line, or actually just before the 50-yard line. Trips right shotgun. Whitney back to pass. He's going to throw it deep down the middle and complete it to number 11, Kian Tofigi, who made an incredible diving catch on that play. Great job by Kian. Let's take another look at this play for the Mustangs. Again, he is that middle receiver on the trips formation, and he lays out and makes an incredible catch there for the Mustangs at about the Palos Verdes 36-yard line, giving the Mustangs a first down. Mustangs are driving very well on this play, starting at their own 11-yard line. Again, trips right for the Mustangs. And this time a handoff goes to the single back. That's Bryce Carlisle. He gets around the right-hand side, getting some good blocks by that Mustang offensive line. Getting good yardage to about the 27. I'm sorry, the 17 setting up, the 27 setting up a first down for the Mustangs. Whitney back to pass. He throws it down the middle and completes it again to Kian Tofigi. And that will do it for the first quarter of play. The Mustangs lead the Sea Kings 3-0. Today's trivia question, brought to you by Skechers, is: what position did Palos Verdes head coach Guy Gardner play at Maricosta? To answer today's trivia question, log on to the Maricosta High School football players group page on Facebook. The first person to answer the question correctly will receive a point. Person with the most points at the end of the season will receive a pair of shoes courtesy of Skechers. So far, Priscilla Atwell has dominated this year's trivia contest, shutting out the competition 5-0. Good start for the Mustangs here versus Palos Verdes as the Mustangs take a 3-0 lead into the second quarter. Trips right shotgun. Whitney back to pass. He's going to throw it to his left and incomplete. That was intended for Thomas Southey. Coach Ray Lee is pleased with the effort from his defense so far this contest. Again, trips right for the Mustangs. This time the handoff goes up the middle to Cage Gagan, and he fumbles the ball. It's recovered by the Sea Kings at their own 11-yard line. Palos Verdes will take over here in the beginning of the second quarter on a huge turnover. Offset left pistol eye formation. Handoff goes up the middle to the tailback, Colino. He's taken down by a host of Mustangs. And on the tackle for the Mustangs was Moreno. Colino was able to pick up a yard. Pistol eye formation. The handoff goes again to the tailback, Colino, this time around the right-hand side. Able to pick up another yard, setting up a 3rd and 8 situation here for the Sea Kings. Timeout on the field. As Coach Ray Lee will instruct his defense here on a huge 3rd and 8 play to start the second quarter. Pistol eye formation for Palos Verdes. Jelson back to pass under pressure and incomplete. Great job by the Mustang defense getting pressure on Jelson. Good coverage on the play by number 8, senior Bryce Carlisle. And that will set up a 4th and 9 situation. Again, Palos Verdes keeps the offense out on the field. They will shift into a punt formation, and the punt is a high end-over-ender. Jackson Fisher back, but he'll just take a look at it as it bounces into Mustang territory, and Maricosta will take over at their own 46-yard line with 10 minutes and 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 4 receivers set, shotgun, single back formation for the Mustangs. Whitney passes it over the middle and completes it to number 32, Kel Marsh. Kel Marsh has had a tremendous sophomore season so far for the Mustangs. Trips right shotgun. Whitney back to pass. He's going to roll out to his right, throw it deep down the right-hand sideline, and that is incomplete, intended for Marsh. It's going to bring up a third down for the Mustangs. Trips right shotgun. Whitney's going to hand the ball off to Cage Gagan. Cage gets around the left-hand side, and it looks like he has enough for the Mustang first down. He picked up just enough yards for that first down. So the Mustangs are driving once again here versus Palos Verdes. Trips right shotgun. Whitney steps back, throws it to his left, and that ball is going to be intercepted. Whitney on the tackle for the Mustangs. However, the Sea Kings will take over on that interception. Offset right, pistol eye formation. Jelson back to pass, and he throws it deep down the middle, and he has a man complete to about the Mustang 10-yard line. A huge turn of events here as the Mustangs turn over the ball, and then Palos Verdes gets a huge gainer. Offset left, pistol eye formation. And this time the tailback is only able to get to about the line of scrimmage. That was Wilson on the carry. Setting up a second down and 10 for the Sea Kings. Nagy in at quarterback, offset right, power eye formation. Nagy's going to fake the handoff to Wilson and take it himself and take it into the end zone for a Palos Verdes touchdown. As the Sea Kings are now on the board and in the lead with an impressive drive after the turnover. Shaw on to kick the extra point for the Sea Kings. It is low liner, but through the uprights. So the Sea Kings will take a 7-3 lead here with 7:49 to go in the first half. Shaw to kick off for the Sea Kings. It's a high end-over-ender taken at about the 2-yard line by number 32, Cale Marsh, and the ball is free. The second fumble on a kickoff, once by the Palos Verdes Sea Kings to start off this game, and this one by Cale Marsh. Big turnover here after the Mustangs turned it over on their last offensive possession. And Palos Verdes marched down for a touchdown. And Palos Verdes will take over at the Mustang 20-yard line now. Offset left. Pistol eye formation again. Nagy in at quarterback. He fakes the handoff again and gets around the right-hand side. We've seen the Mustangs feature a Wildcat offense too, led by number 2 Jackson Fisher. Nagy in again. This time as he fakes the handoff, there is a fumble on the play, and it looks like the Mustangs have recovered. Great job there by the Mustang defense to force the fumble and jump on it after back-to-back turnovers for the Mustangs. 4 receiver set, man in motion. The handoff's going to go to the single back. That's Gagan again, and he gets a nice gainer around the right-hand side before he's stood up and thrown down. Penalty flag on the play. Let's see what the call is going to be. Appears it might be against Maricosta, and it is going to be against the Mustangs. It's going to be a holding call versus Maricosta. Huge penalty there. 4 receiver set for the Mustangs. Whitney is going to be taken down for a sack by number 66, Adams, for Palos Verdes, bringing up a 4th down and long, very long situation. Southie into punt for the Mustangs, and the ball goes over his head and out of the end zone for a safety. So the Palos Verdes Sea Kings will extend their lead to 9-3 with 5 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the first half. Southie is setting to kick off after the safety for the Mustangs. The kick is high, and it's going to be taken at about the 25-yard line by the Sea Kings. Good return there by Alisi. He's going to make it just shy of the 50 to about the 48-yard line of the Sea Kings, where they will start this drive late in the second quarter. Offset right, pistol eye formation. Jelson back in at quarterback. He's going to hand the ball off this time to Wilson. And Wilson will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a couple on that play. Great play by Carlisle for the Mustangs. Pistol eye formation. Fullback in motion. Jelson fakes the handoff. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to get stopped at about the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard or so on the play for Palos Verdes. Bringing up a 3rd down and 11 for the Sea Kings. Timeout on the field. Coach Guy Gardner wants to talk over this 3rd down play here in the second quarter. The second quarter so far has been dominated here by the Sea Kings as they've gotten a couple turnovers. Offset right, pistol eye formation. Jelson back to pass. He's getting forced out of the pocket, and he's going to get thrown down for a sack by number 3, Luke Weaver, number 63, Hank Dunlap. Weaver set him up, and Dunlap finished him off. Huge play by the Mustang defense here, as that will force Palos Verdes once again to punt, as again they come out in that offensive formation. The tailback just steps back a couple yards and into a punting formation. This time Fisher was deep back, but the ball landed short and then took a Palos Verdes roll, where the Mustangs will take over with 2 minutes and 44 seconds from their own 31-yard line. 4 receiver set. Whitney back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle to number 9, Malay, who makes the catch, picks up about 5 yards on the play. Whitney again throws it to his left this time and completes it to Tofigi. Setting up a 3rd and about 3. Whitney throws it down the middle, incomplete, intended for Malay once again. Setting up a 4th down and 3 situation here for the Mustangs. Mustangs again come out in that offensive look, and it looks like they are going to go. They're not going to shift to the punt, and this time it is complete to Malay to the right-hand side. It looks like he got enough for the 1st down. And indeed, Danny did pick up enough to move the chains. Mustangs trying to save some time with a hurry-up offense. Trips left. Whitney back to pass. He's going to throw it to his left and complete it again to Malay, who gets to the Palos Verdes 48-yard line. Setting up a 2nd down and short 2. Trips right, shotgun. Whitney rolls to his right. He's going to throw it deep down the right-hand side and incomplete, intended for Marsh. Good coverage on the play by Palos Verdes. Penalty on the play is against Palos Verdes. It's going to be a roughing the passer call, a personal foul. Huge play. Whitney back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the middle, and he has a man. That's number 2, Jackson Fisher, deep into Palos Verdes territory at about the 14-yard line. 1st down, Mustangs. Huge play on that roughing the passer call, and then a big reception by Fisher. Trips right, shotgun. Whitney back to pass. He's looking over the middle and completes it this time to number 32, Marsh, who will get to about the 6-yard line of the Sea Kings. Time out on the field. Coach Morrow wants to discuss this play with the offense with 41 seconds to go. Mustangs trying to get some points late here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation. Whitney again trying to hit that out pattern on the left-hand side, and this time Thomas Southey slipped on the play, setting up a 3rd and about 2 for the Mustangs. Trips right pistol formation. Whitney's going to fake the handoff to the receiver in motion, and the ball is incomplete. Appears there might be a penalty on the play. Let's see what the call is going to be. They're going to call an intentional grounding call against the Mustangs, which makes absolutely no sense. He threw it into a crowd of Mustangs and Sea Kings on the play. If that is in fact an intentional grounding, it makes no sense to me. The initial call by the referee was intentional grounding, as the other officials now discuss it with the ref. Let's see what the call is, and it's definitely going to be against the Mustangs. There appears to be some confusion here by the officiating crew, as the ball is marked off. And indeed, it is an intentional grounding play, which I don't understand how that happened. 35-yard field goal attempt by Southey is up high, but wide right. So the score remains 9-3. Palos Verdes with the lead with 26 seconds to go in the first half. Jelson back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the middle and just out of the fingertips of number 2, Jackson Fisher. Had the best play on the ball. Pistol I formation. The handoff this time goes up the middle to the tailback. Wilson on the play. Picks up a few yards. However, that will end the first half of play, as Palos Verdes will take a 9-3 lead into halftime. Again, today's trivia question brought to you by Skechers is, what position did Palos Verdes head coach Guy Gardner play at Maricosta? To answer today's trivia question, log on to the Maricosta High School football players group page on Facebook. First person to answer the question correctly will receive a point. Person with the most points at the end of the season will receive a pair of shoes courtesy of Skechers. As we get ready for halftime festivities here, Homecoming 2019 at Palos Verdes High School. Welcome back, fans, as we get ready to start the second half of play, as your Maricosta Mustangs trail the Palos Verdes Sea Kings 3-9. It was a very tough fought first half of play here at Palos Verdes on a very warm fall afternoon, as Shaw kicks it off to start the second half. And this time it's Moreno who actually fielded the ball a yard deep into the end zone. Again, that should not have been allowed to be returned, but it was. And the Mustangs will start the first drive of the second half from their own 26-yard line. That's the second time the referee has allowed a return that went into the end zone. 4 receivers set. The handoff goes to the single back, Carlisle, who is able to get to the line of scrimmage, bringing up a 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Shotgun formation. Whitney back to pass. He throws it over the middle to a crossing Danny Millay, who makes the catch and will get out to about the 31-yard line. Bringing up a 3rd and 5 situation for the Mustangs. Trips right shotgun. Whitney's going to roll out to his right. He throws it to the sideline, intended for number 32, Kel Marsh, and that ball is incomplete. So the Mustangs will go 3 and out on their first drive of the second half as Thomas Southey punts the ball, and it's going to be returned and dropped immediately by number 31, Charlie Kohler. Great coverage there by the Mustangs punt unit, as Palos Verdes will start their first drive of the second half. Pistol I formation. Jelson throws it to his right and incomplete, intended for Rahman, who had a fast start in the first quarter, but we didn't see much of him in the second quarter. Pistol I formation. Man in motion. Jelson's going to hand the ball off to Wilson this time, and he gets it to about the Palos Verdes 48-yard line. That time it was Ryan Wilson. Of course, Jake Wilson also is a running back, number 3 for the Sea Kings. Wilson brothers have had a pretty good game so far to start, as Jelson rolls to his right, and this time will throw and complete it to number 9, Habib, and Habib is still on his feet deep into Mustang territory, all the way to about the Maricosta 11-yard line. Sorry, rather the Maricosta 11-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 Sea Kings. Offset left, power I formation, a penalty on the play, and that's going to be a false start versus the Sea Kings. Nagy in at quarterback. Let's see if Nagy remains at quarterback for Palos Verdes, or they'll bring in Jelson. It is Nagy, and it is an offset left power I formation. This time it goes to Jake Wilson, number 3 of the Sea Kings. The tailback will get about to the 7-yard line, bringing up a 2nd down and about 7 situation. Sea Kings look like they can pick up another 1st down just shy of the end zone, as it's a fake handoff by Nagy, and this time he takes it in again for a touchdown. That's his 2nd touchdown run of the game. So Michael Nagy, the Wildcat quarterback, takes in his 2nd touchdown. Shaw to come on for the extra point. The snap is low. The holder drops the ball, and the kicker tries to pick it up. That's Shaw, and he's pushed down by Fisher. They're calling a penalty on the play. And they're going to call that on Fisher for unnecessary roughness on the play, which absolutely makes no sense, as the kicker attempted to pick up the ball after the holder fumbled it on the botched snap, as the other officials are now coming to discuss the play with the referee. It appears that the penalty will be marked off on the kickoff. So Palos Verdes will be kicking off in Mustang territory. I'm sorry. Yeah, Palos Verdes will be kicking off from the Mustang 45-yard line. I have to disagree with that call. Again, a few questionable calls so far here. That intentional grounding call, a couple kickoffs that were allowed to be returned when they were taken from the end zone, and that time the ball goes well through the end zone, and the Mustangs will get a touchback and start from their own 20-yard line here as they trail the Sea Kings 15-3 in the third quarter. 4 receiver set, Whitney back to pass. He's going to throw it deep down the middle and incomplete, intended for Cale Marsh. Good coverage by the Sea Kings on that play. The Palos Verdes secondary has been pretty stingy all game so far. Whitney back to pass again. This time he's going to throw it to his left and nearly intercepted. Weaver was double covered on the play, and that ball was nearly picked off, setting up a 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs. 4 receiver set. Whitney again back to pass. This time he throws it to his right and completes it to the sophomore Marsh. That's enough for a Maricosta first down. 4 receiver set. Whitney in shotgun. He's back to pass. He throws it over the middle, and a leaping catch by Danny Millay, and then he's drilled by the Palos Verdes DB, and oh boy, Millay's a little slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay. Let's take another look at this play as Danny Millay makes a incredible leaping catch, and as he's coming down, the body weight from number 9, Anthony Habib, comes down on him. That's 190 pounds additional weight as Millay is falling to the ground. Hopefully we'll see Danny back in later as he is walked off under his own trips right shotgun for the Mustangs. This time the handoff goes to the single back Carlisle, who gets a huge gain all the way to the Palos Verdes 41-yard line. Great run there by Carlisle, and a great block by Riggle to spring that play. Trips right shotgun. Whitney fakes the handoff to Carlisle and throws it over the middle to Weaver, coming across the middle from the left, and that will set up a 2nd and about 3 for the Mustangs. Trips right shotgun. Whitney high snap, and he's able to hand it off to Carlisle, who will get just shy of the 30 to about the, perhaps looks like the 31-yard line of Palos Verdes.
I included you.
4 receiver set. Whitney back to pass. He's going to throw it deep down the middle. That one is intended for number 7, Richard. Kick just a bit high, as that will bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. As the Mustangs are trying to get back into this contest. Timeout on the field. Looks like it's an official's timeout, as Coach Morrow appears to be trying to get an explanation on something from the referee. And we are getting ready to resume action here in the third quarter. Mustangs in shotgun. Whitney fakes the handoff to Moreno and is forced to get whatever yardage he can as the pressure was getting to him. 3rd down and 9 for the Mustangs at about the Palos Verdes 30-yard line. 4 receiver set. Whitney back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the middle again, and this time it was nearly intercepted once again by Wilkin, by Palos Verdes, and that will set up a 4th and 9 situation. Mustang offense remains out on the field. Trips left, and Whitney back to pass. He's going to throw it incomplete, intended for Weaver. Double coverage. It looks like he was hit before the ball got there. Again, blanket coverage by the Palos Verdes secondary, but this time they got there a little too soon, and it will be a pass interference versus Palos Verdes. Huge penalty against the Sea Kings will give the Mustangs a 1st down as the Mustang offense tries to get back into this contest. Trips left. Whitney throws it to his right and completes it to Danny Millay, who is back in the game and has himself a touchdown. So Millay, who made an incredible leaping catch and was driven into the ground by the Palos Verdes defender, comes back and gets the touchdown here. Let's take another look at this play as Whitney hits Millay at about the 2-yard line, and he is able to tumble into the end zone for a touchdown. Thomas Southey on to kick the extra point for the Mustangs. The snap is a little high. However, the kick goes wide left, and the Mustangs have trimmed the Palos Verdes lead to 6 points as they trail the Sea Kings 15-9 here in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs put together a good drive there on that possession as they're able to finish it off in the end zone with a pass from Whitney to Millay. Southey to kick off once again for the Mustangs, and that one will be taken about the Palos Verdes 1-yard line, and he is able to get to about the 17-yard line of the Sea Kings, where Palos Verdes will take over. That was Jillian Alisi on the return for Palos Verdes. Offset left, power I formation. Jelson's going to throw it to his left and complete it. And it looks like Bryce Carlisle forced the fumble, and look who's there. It's number 14, Jaden McDonald, with another fumble recovery. E-I-E-I-O. What a job by the Mustang defense here on this play, as Bryce Carlisle reads that play perfectly, is able to wrap him up and force the fumble, and Jaden McDonald gets his 2nd fumble recovery of the day. So the Mustangs are right back into this contest, trailing by 6 with 4 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Deep into Palos Verdes territory, the throw goes wide of Jackson Fisher in the end zone. Looks like Jackson is suffering from some cramps here on this hot fall day here in Palos Verdes as the Mustangs go into the sun. And this time the handoff goes up the middle to number 8, Bryce Carlisle, who is going to get to about the 14-yard line, 3rd down, and about 4 for the Mustangs. Trips right shotgun. Whitney fakes the handoff to Carlisle. Is going to throw it to his right and incomplete, intended for Tofigi. 4th down for the Mustangs. "31-yard field goal attempt. This time it's Van Graw on to attempt the field goal for the Mustangs. And it is short and wide left. Interesting to see why it was Van Graw and not Southey in for the Mustangs. Hopefully Thomas is not injured. First down, pickup of about 3 yards for Palos Verdes. Pistol eye formation, fullback in slight motion. Handoff goes to the tailback. That's number 21 for the Sea Kings, Ryan Wilson. The Wilson brothers have definitely done a good job running the ball so far for the Sea Kings. And this time it looks like Jake Wilson moved before the snap, so he's going to give 5 yards back that his brother Ryan picked up on the previous play. So that's going to be a third down and about 8 yards to go. Offset left, pistol eye formation. Jelson rolls out to his left, throws it to the left-hand side and completes it. And still on his feet and down to about the Palos Verdes 46-yard line is number 8, Tully. Huge play there for the Sea Kings to pick up a first down. Offset left, pistol eye formation. The handoff goes this time to number 21, Ryan Wilson, who gets a big gain into Mustang territory. However, there was a holding call against the Sea Kings, which will march them back. Pistol eye formation. Jelson back to pass, and he's going to complete it to his right, and a big gainer down the sideline again is Habib. Bringing up a second down and about 7 to go, or rather 5 to go for the Sea Kings. Pistol eye formation, man in motion. The handoff goes to the tailback. That's number 3, Jake Wilson this time. And it looks like he was able to pick up enough yardage for the first down. Offset right, pistol eye formation, man in motion. The pitch goes to Jake Wilson around the right end, and he picks up a nice gain, bringing up a 2nd and 4 situation, and that will do it for the third quarter of play as the Mustangs trail the Sea Kings 15-9. Today's trivia question, brought to you by Skechers, is: what position did Palos Verdes head coach Guy Gardner play at Maricosta? To answer today's trivia question, log on to the Maricosta High School football players group page on Facebook. First person to answer the question correctly will receive a point. Person with the most points at the end of the season will receive a pair of shoes courtesy of longtime Mustang football sponsor Skechers. Mustangs trail the Sea Kings by 6 points as we enter the fourth quarter of play. This has been a tightly fought contest. The winner of this game will have a leg up on the Bay League title run as Palos Verdes drops back to pass. That's Jelson. He has a man to his left, and that time it is number 14, Rahman, with a huge gain. Penalty on the play. Let's see what the call is going to be. Like I mentioned, there's been some questionable calls. This time it is a holding call versus the Sea Kings, and that will negate a big gainer for Palos Verdes. There appears to be some confusion here by the officiating crew. We have seen several discussions so far this game by the officials, and they will spot the ball here at the Mustang 44-yard line, and it looks like Coach Morrow's trying to get an explanation as the ball was being spotted at about the Palos Verdes 46-yard line. Looks like the referee did not listen to Coach Morrow, as Palos Verdes will remain at the Mustang side of the field, and the ball is overthrown. However, they're going to call Bryce Carlisle for pass interference, as the receiver was bailed out on that play. But you never know with this officiating crew, as they are calling it a push-off. There was contact on both sides, but they're giving the call to the Mustangs on this one. Perhaps a makeup call for that last one for the officiating crew, as this time Jelson's going to pitch it back to number 3, Jake Wilson. Looks like he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard or two on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd down for Palos Verdes. Pistol eye formation. Jelson, he's rolling to his left. He's scrambling. Moreno and Tavai are going to wrap him up and throw him down for a sack. Huge play by the Mustang defense, forcing Jelson out of the pocket. Let's take another look at this play, as Jelson drops back, and then the Mustang delayed blitz by Bogdanovich forces Jelson out, and then Moreno and Tavai finish him off. Great job there by the Mustang defense. Setting up a 4th down situation. Offense again stays out on the field and will shift into a punting formation, as Ryan Wilson punts the ball from the tailback position. It takes a Maricosta bounce, and the Mustangs will take over with 10 minutes to go from their own 42-yard line. 4-receiver set. Whitney back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the middle and completing it to number 2, Jackson Fisher, at the Palos Verdes 35-yard line. Huge play for the Mustangs. 4-receiver set. Whitney motions Marsh to go wider, and this time the ball is going to be intercepted. I don't know about that one. It looks like the defender trapped it, but they're going to give it to Palos Verdes on the interception. Jelson hands the ball off to number 30 this time. A huge gain for the Sea Kings all the way to the Mustang 30-yard line. That's Colino on the carry. However, it looks like there might have been a hold on the play to negate another huge gainer by the Sea Kings. And it was a hold. Little confusion in the backfield, and Jelson is forced to take the ball himself. He gains a few yards on a broken play for the Sea Kings. Taken down by several Mustangs, so he gets near the line of scrimmage, setting up original line of scrimmage, setting up a 2nd and 11. Jelson rolling out to his right, throws it and completes it just shy of the 1st down to Wilkin. The senior receiver is able to pick up good yardage, but just shy of the 1st down. Offset right, power eye formation. Nagy back in for the Sea Kings. He's going to take it himself again, and he looks like he's going to be thrown short of the 1st down. He's going to be stopped at about the 34-yard line, which will set up a 4th down. If I do not believe what I just saw, the side judge who marked the ball at the 34-yard line is signaling 4th down. The referee signals 1st down, and then the other official moves the ball a yard forward for a Palos Verdes 1st down, and Coach Morrow is just livid, pleading his case with the side judge who made the initial call and then watched as the referee just changed his spotting of the ball, giving the Sea Kings a first down, and Colino again with the carry around the left-hand side. Huge play there, and another questionable officiating call. Second down for the Sea Kings, as they're just looking to run off time off the clock now, as Jelson hands the ball off to the tailback, Colino, and he's stopped in the backfield. Good job by the Mustang defense on that play. Stuffing that play was the freshman Jagger Tavai, who's had a couple of nice plays this game. As Nagy rolls to his right, throws it deep down the sideline and has a man complete. And that's number 14, Rahman, who has made a couple huge catches for the Sea Kings. And that will get him into Mustang territory. Huge pickup there by the Sea Kings. Pistol I formation, man in motion. Jelson's going to hand the ball off to number 21, Wilson, and he is going to dive into the end zone for a touchdown. It appeared he might have fumbled, but the ground caused the fumble, so they are going to give the Sea Kings a touchdown there. Huge run by Ryan Wilson after the long pass play. And Nagy's going to come in for the two-point conversion attempt, and this time he tries to throw it, but throws it out of the end zone. So the score will remain 21-9 here in the fourth quarter. Shaw set to kick off for the Sea Kings. It's going to be high and taken about the 2-yard line. This time by Moreno. He gets past the first wave of defenders and gets stuck at about the 18-yard line by the second wave of Palos Verdes defenders, where the Mustangs will take over here in the fourth quarter. 4-receiver set, shotgun, Whitney back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the middle, and this time it's going to be intercepted by Wilkin, and Wilkin's still on his feet. He might go the distance, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds at about the 2-yard line by Rashad Lawrence. So things go from bad to worse here with 6 minutes and 21 seconds, as the turnover will set up the Sea Kings as Nagy takes it in for his third touchdown of the night, coming in on that Wildcat offense as he runs it in for his third touchdown, and Shaw misses his second extra point for the Sea Kings. So the Sea Kings extend their lead to 27-9. Shaw to kick off for the Sea Kings. Again, it's going to be taken at the 2-yard line. He's really good at just kicking that ball shy of the goal line, as this time it's Carlisle, and he's stopped at about the 16. So the Mustangs will take over here, now trailing 27-9 in the fourth quarter. 4-receiver set. Whitney back to pass, and that one is incomplete, just over the fingertips of number 32, Kel Marsh. Second down for the Mustangs. Again, 4-receiver shotgun set. Whitney back to pass. He is going to be forced out of the pocket and taken down. Third down and 11. Taken down for a 1-yard sack was Whitney. Mustangs are in 4-down territory now, as Whitney rolls to his right, throws, and incomplete, again just off the fingertips this time of number 32, Kel Marsh. 4th and 11 for the Mustangs. It's desperation time here at Palos Verdes. Time out on the field. So the Mustangs need to get something going here and quick as they trail by 18 points, 3 scores with 5 minutes and 35 seconds. Fourth down, deep in their own territory. Low snap, and Whitney just has to fall on it. And Palos Verdes will take over at the Mustang 2-yard line. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. And again, things have gotten from bad to worse, as this time the handoff goes to the tailback. That's Jake Wilson, and he's able to dance his way into the end zone for a Palos Verdes touchdown, as the Palos Verdes Sea Kings will extend their lead once again, as Shaw was able to kick the extra point. And it looks like the Palos Verdes Sea Kings will be in the driver's seat for yet another Bay League championship. The Mustangs are definitely going to need to get some help from their Bay League compadres to take down these Sea Kings if they're going to get a share or an outright Bay League title. They're going to need these Sea Kings to lose at least one game, as the pass is completed out to the left, Bryce Carlisle. So Guy Gardner's dominance of the Mustangs will continue. That will be 8 out of 9 games won by Guy Gardner's Palos Verdes Sea Kings. As Whitney's back to pass, he's rolling out to his right and incomplete. Again, the apprentice is dominating his mentor here, as Guy Gardner is able to get yet another victory versus Coach Morrow. As the Sea Kings lead 34-9 here in the fourth quarter. Whitney in shotgun. He's back to pass. He's throwing it down the left-hand sideline and completes it to number 3, Luke Weaver. Whitney back to pass. And the ball is completed this time to Weaver again. Mustangs are going to look to rebound from this game next week at home versus Peninsula. Again, the Mustangs are going to need help from the other Bay League teams if they're going to get a share of the Bay League title like they did back in 2016, as Maricosta that year beat Palos Verdes, but then lost to Redondo, but then Palos Verdes beat Redondo, and that led to a 3-way co-Bay League championship. Trips left shotgun. Whitney rolls to his left, throws it deep down the middle and incomplete. Again, blanket coverage by Wilkin on the play. And Rhett Wilkin had that huge interception earlier in the fourth quarter, getting it all the way to the Mustang 2-yard line, which set up that last touchdown for the Sea Kings. Ooh, big hit there on Kian Tofigi, but he's able to hold on to the ball. Great job by Tofigi, risking his body here late in this contest. Fourth down, Whitney throwing it deep and just overthrowing it, and that will be a turnover on downs, as the Sea Kings have 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to run out this clock, as the back is thrown down for a loss by McDonald, who had 2 fumble recoveries and some big plays on defense, but that wasn't enough for the Mustangs today, as they're going to fall to the Sea Kings here in the Bay League opener. Offset left, pistol eye formation, bad snap, and the quarterback just falls on it at this point. That's Turner Helton. Wonder if that's any relation to Clay Helton. I know Clay Helton, head coach of USC, had another son that went to Palos Verdes a couple seasons ago. And of course, Turner Helton is a sophomore quarterback as he comes in to wrap up this game for the Sea Kings. Turner Helton is a 6'1" sophomore quarterback for the Sea Kings, and that will do it as the Palos Verdes Sea Kings take the first game of Bay League action here in Palos Verdes by a score of 34-9. Mustangs again are going to have to rebound and buckle the chin strap and take on the Peninsula Panthers next week at the Wall. And they're going to have to win out and hope that this Sea King team can get defeated somewhere along the way so that they can get a share of this Bay League title. Again, the Bay League dominance continues for former Maricosta football player and Maricosta coach, now head coach of the Palos Verdes Sea Kings, as the Palos Verdes Sea Kings are in the driver's seat for their 8th straight Bay League championship. However, they have a lot of work to do, and the Mustangs aren't going to go down quietly, as we will see you next week at Waller Stadium as the Mustangs continue Bay League play versus the Peninsula Panthers. Bryce, Mustangs had a tough loss here versus Palos Verdes to start Bay League. Start of the game, it was close. It started to get a little out of hand there. Some questionable calls. Can you tell me what it's going to take for the Mustangs to rebound after this?
I say it's going to take a lot. We got to go harder. I mean, the game was pretty crappy, but like, there's still no excuse. I feel like we should have won the game. I feel like we hurt ourselves a lot. We got to get more discipline and go harder and try to go undefeated for the rest of the Bay League.
Jackson, Mustangs had a tough loss here to start Bay League versus Palos Verdes. What is it going to take for the Mustangs to rebound next week?
Good week of practice, as always. We just got to come out next week, practice harder than ever, and just come out and be ready for our next game.